Hello. This podcast was created to show people how to graph slope-intercept form. First off, slope-intercept form is the equation y equals mx plus b. The m value represents the slope of the equation, and the b value represents the y-intercept. The y-intercept of a graph equation is where the graph crosses the y-axis. Therefore, the coordinate is always 0, b. Let's take a look at the first example. For example 1, I have the equation y equals 7x minus 9. The slope, the m value, is with the x. In this case, my slope is 7. My b value, my y-intercept, is the number without the x. I have negative 9. So as a coordinate, it would be 0, negative 9. Let's look at the second example. In this example, you have to be careful. What you need to do first is you have to solve for y. You must get the equation in slope-intercept form. To do that, you have to subtract 8x from both sides. This leaves me with negative 2y equals 14 minus 8x. My second step then would be to divide both sides by negative 2. So my equation in slope-intercept form, I get y equals 14 divided by negative 2 is negative 7. And negative 8 divided by negative 2 is a positive 4. And I have my x. So my m value, my slope, is 4. And my b value, my y-intercept, as a coordinate would be 0, negative 7. Now that we know how to find m and b in an equation, let's try to graph. So to graph, you must know that slope can be positive, negative, 0, or it might have no slope. If a slope is positive, the graph then goes up to the right. So it looks something like this. If a slope is negative, then the graph goes down to the right. It would look something like this. If a slope is 0, then the graph is a horizontal line. If there is no slope, then the graph is a vertical line. This leads us to our next example. Example 3, we're going to graph y equals 2/5 x minus 4. So first off, let's identify which value is my slope and which value is my y-intercept. My slope, I know, is with the x. So in this case, 2/5. My y-intercept as a coordinate would be 0, the number without the x, negative 4. To graph slope-intercept form, you first graph the y-intercept, 0, negative 4. So starting from the center, I'm going to move 4 down to negative 4. Next, I'm going to graph my slope. Because my slope is positive, I know that I'm going to move up and then to the right. So from 0, negative 4, I'm going to move up 2 and then to the right 5. And then there's my new coordinate for my graph. And I can count this over again. Up 2 and then to the right 5. So once I have some coordinates, I can draw my line. And I now have the graph of y equals 2/5 x minus 4. Let's try the second example. And again, in my second example, you have to solve for y first. So first, I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides. I'm left with, on the left side, 3y equals 12 minus 6x. I cannot combine 12 and 6, though, because they are not like terms. Then I'm going to divide everything by 3. So I have the equation in slope-intercept form. Y equals 12 thirds, which is 4, minus 6 divided by 3 is 2x. My slope then, the number with the x, is negative 2. And my y-intercept as a coordinate would be 0, comma 4. Now I'm going to graph my y-intercept first. 0, comma 4, I would graph 4 up on the y-axis. To count a slope, my slope is negative. To make it a fraction would make it sometimes easier to count on the graph. So I'm going to put negative 2 over 1. And because it is negative, I'm going to move down and to the right. So from 0, 4, I'm going to move down 2 and 1 to the right. And I can move down 2 and 1 to the right. And I can keep doing this continuously until I have my line going across my graph. Instead of moving down to the right, though, you could do the complete opposite. You could have moved up and to the left. If I move up 2 and to the left 1, I'm still going on the same line. And so now I have the graph of the equation y equals 4 minus 2x. This is how you graph slope-intercept form.